Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't. I noticed their logo, but I didn't care about it that much. It was just like, okay, this is just a tool I use, and I've seen like a lot of these web-based internet companies or whatever. They have logos like that where they don't really have to think about how it's going to be used as much because it's like, are we even going to be around?
And welcome back to the IC Pixels podcast. This is Anthony.
This is David.
I had a thought for something impactful to say right then, and then it fell out of my head.
Impact,
Impact, and
collaboration, connectivity.
So I was just talking to you about before we started recording about the Fire Festival thing. That's a topic we can come through. It's really interesting from a marketing standpoint, so maybe an interesting topic we'll talk about here in the future, or give our take on it. Also, coming up soon is the a repeat of one of our early episodes when we talked about presidential candidates. So that's coming back around. It's kind of weird that we've been doing it that long.
Yep.
That we can talk about that again, and hopefully with different results.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at some of the logos for the people who are running, and there's a few that I think are okay, but I think it'll be interesting to see how people kind of use their branding to kind of signal where they stand on different issues.
Yeah,
and things
who
like
they're
that.
trying to target. Yeah,
like, hey, I'm friendly to immigrants, or I'm friendly to the whoever.
Yeah, any early front runners? Branding front runners.
Let me see, because I was looking at it earlier. There's a lot of trash logos, like for some of these like libertarian candidates or whatever, where they don't.
Oh yeah, I don't
have to spend as much money.
No offense to libertarians, but I don't look to them for branding innovation.
But there's so Kamala Harris, her logo is lame.
Yeah, I don't like the color combination. It's like brown, and I don't know what she's going on with there. It's like, we get it. You're brown. It's like the same color as her skin color, which is weird.
Well, the one I saw, her website doesn't look that great either. But the one I saw, it was just like, it just says Kamala Harris for the people, and it's just like blue and orange-ish. It's not like the regular blue or the regular red. It's like kind of a washed out look, but it's just not that great. So maybe she'll change it up. We'll see. Yeah. And then I thought Tulsi Gabbard. I never heard of her before.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Tulsi?
Tulsi Gabbard, Gabbard. I thought her logo didn't look bad. It's kind of, it reminds me, it looks like the logo for like a TV company or something like that, like ABC.
Tulsi Gabbard?
No, Gabbard.
It's Tulsi Gabbard.
I've never heard of her.
Oh, she's like from Hawaii or something like that. Yeah, I'd never heard of her. Okay, yeah, I did see that she was running. I have no idea who she is.
But I thought her logo didn't look bad. But these are all, I guess, Democratic candidates, from what I could tell. Well, I guess Republicans, you're not supposed to run against the president.
That should be interesting. We'll see what happens with that, but that should be interesting.
I wouldn't imagine that there are some people that want to differentiate themselves from the amazing that is what's going on right now. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, the front runner with the branding, I mean, and he worked for Obama, so it looks like he took some notes where the, what's his name? I forgot his name. Something Castro, Julian Castro.
So I'm looking on, I looked this up on Wikipedia, and I don't even see, Julian Castro. Oh, yeah, his is cool. It's nothing, it's just Julian.
Well, no, I mean, he's got some, He's got some stuff that looks Obama inspired. Definitely, some of his posters and stuff like that. He's got like silhouette action,
Hmm.
3 color, that Obama famous Obama poster.
Yeah.
He's got stuff like that, and it's like an obvious, like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
You definitely sampled Obama. So,
Well, his
but he
website's
worked
not
for him,
coming
so
up
I
for
bet it.
me, but yeah, on Wikipedia they have one of his logos, and it just says Julian. I don't think it's bad. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what they come up with because a lot I do see like well at least well I guess it's only really oh there's candidates from other parties, but it's good to see that there's more diversity. I don't know the quality of these people. I don't know anything about them for the most part.
We only care about their branding. That's going to determine who we vote for.
Yeah, but like yeah, if I had to vote based on branding, unfortunately Trump would not win again. Or yeah, Trump would not win.
Solely based on branding. You don't like the rhyming "build the wall, crime will fall"? You don't think that'll?
No.
Oh, okay. I just sent you his poster, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
But
Yeah, that's an interesting looking poster.
I mean, I see what he's going with the silhouette, but it's kind of like that's a random,
Yeah, that's
so
kind of weird.
that could be anybody. Like, what kind of what? Why'd you choose that picture to turn into a silhouette? But I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll keep you updated. Our weekly check in for our who sucks at branding segment.
So, were you affected by the whole government shutdown thing?
I was irritated, but like not like affected.
Yeah, I wasn't really affected either, even though I kind of indirectly work for the government. But
I was wondering about that. I didn't call and ask about it, but I did cross my mind. It's like, I wonder if David. I don't know. Let me get
I
these
was waiting
tweets
for that
off.
call,
I don't
like,
know.
hey, do you need any money? Need help paying your mortgage and your groceries or whatever? But didn't come. So
I could have called. I wouldn't have offered help, but I could have called. I
that
guess.
would have helped. I feel like you just don't care.
Like, do you need help with this? Oh, okay.
All right, just wanted to know.
I thought you would. All right, gotta
That's what
go.
I figured. Bye.
Cool. All right, bye.
But I will say that well, there's a few clients that have been like putting off paying me. Like, yo, I can't afford to pay you right now. I'll let you know when I'm good.
I bet they don't even work for the government.
Some of them I'm not even sure because there's at least one in that's said like I'm broke right now. I can't pay you, and I'm like, but you don't work.
Oh, I should have been using
You don't
that.
even work
Now
for the
it's
government.
I
Like,
should have been using. I should have been using that for bills. Oh, it's like the shutdown. I bet there's people out there using that right now.
yeah, I mean, well, I know up here there was a lot of businesses and stuff like that that were offering like free food and all kind of incentives for like the mall was offering like they would give you like a $20 gift card for federal employees or something like that. They were offering a lot of stuff for federal employees, but of course you had to prove it. So
Oh,
or
well,
just have a badge or something. So yeah,
yeah. See, somebody that was quick got in on that and started making fake badges.
all kinds of business ideas.
Wow.
But I will say, yeah. So some people have held off. Like I'm waiting on people to pay me for stuff because the government wasn't paying them, and then I have some
Because
people that
allegedly the government was.
yeah, I don't I'm not gonna question people like if that's what you want to go with, that's what you want to go with. But there's I will say that I have gotten hit up by some people too because it's like they had a lot of free time and they're like, oh yeah, remember that business I was trying to start? Let me work on that. So
Oh yeah, I
um
mean that will nothing like getting fired or laid off or something like that to inspire you
yeah,
to work for yourself.
that will definitely inspire the entrepreneurial spirit. But other than that, honestly, I wasn't very much affected. It is annoying, and well, the cool thing was like traffic was very minimal. Last week, I went to a meeting in
Oh yeah,
DC,
I bet.
and like there was basically no traffic. So I was like, oh, this is
Wow.
great.
So he won you on board
Yep. So
with the traffic.
it seems like the wall will help with that problem.
Oh my goodness. Well, one thing we were thinking about, some branding related, Snapchat,
Do people still use that?
Slacker. I keep wanting to say Snapchat. Slacker, changed their logo recently. What are your thoughts? They have a whole article with their thoughts on it. We could go over that, or we can just ignore it and just give our thoughts on it.
I have not read the article, so I can't go over it. But I did. Um,
Perfect.
I can like so. I think I like the new logo. I never thought the old one was that bad per se, but I remember when you sent me the article about it, and they were pointing out some of the problems they had with it in terms of it had a lot of colors in it, and it didn't translate well on different backgrounds and things like that. And a lot of that I didn't really think about. I think that's those things are important considerations, but I think it really depends on what you're doing because like for a company like Slack, a lot of their stuff is on the internet, and so you like
It is Slack. Did I say
yeah, you
Slacker?
did say Slacker. So I was curious why
Okay.
you were
All
saying
right.
that, whatever.
I don't know.
But
Same reason I said Snapchat.
like I think for a lot of the thing, like a lot of logos these days are mainly used on the internet. So some of those issues you may have with reproducing the logo on different backgrounds and things like that may not even be as big of a concern as they would have been back in the day when you know your logo has to show up on printed business cards and printed uh, collateral and stuff like that. I think a lot of those may not even
Mm.
be big big issues anymore. Um, but I completely understood what they were talking about. So in the article that I looked at, they were saying like it just made it hard to reproduce the logo because of the amount of colors, and it didn't translate to black and white because basically if you've never seen their logo, you should probably look it up so you know what we're talking about. But it was basically like a
It's a
hashtag,
hashtag
but it had
at a certain angle.
um, it was like overlaid different colors. So each line in the hashtag was a different color, and then the overlaying of the two different colors created a different color. So it was like I forgot what they said, like 50 different colors in the logo, and it was very a whole lot going on.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't know. I never really paid much attention to their logo. I thought, I didn't really pay that much attention to it, honestly. I use Slack basically every day for work, but I never really paid that much attention to their logo.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when they would need to use their logo in print, like on a T-shirt or something. I mean, I guess it could happen or something like that. I mean, I read the article. I understand what they were going for. I mean, and it's something I think about when I see like, certain trends in logos. It's kind of like, is that going to work?
Yeah, long term.
One day, like, are you going to have to change that when different, the new, 3D internet comes out or something like that? And, it's like still going to work there, and I just something I think about. And in some ways, maybe I'm being, wow, I was about to say I'm being old school. Well, are we that old?
Yes. I was looking at the ages of the presidential candidates and saw a couple of them that were my age. So, anyway.
Okay. I did get older this week, so yeah. I mean, well, last week I did get older, so yeah, we are that old. Wow. So I was thinking maybe I'm a little old school.
Mm-hmm.
back when logos were flat, two color, you drew them with your hand and a rock. Um, back when, hey, I don't know. There was two fonts. Just kidding. But I mean, I don't know. I'm always hesitant to start getting into all the whole transparency action, the overlays and the, I just, it's cool. But I mean, I like doing stuff like that for design elements. It's fine to evolve your design elements, but I really just feel like a logo, you need to make that logo be,
It's gotta work.
that thing needs to
Yeah.
last,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I noticed their logo, but I didn't care about it that much. It was just like, okay, this is just a tool I use. And I've seen like a lot of these web-based internet companies or whatever, they have logos like that where they don't really have to think about how it's going to be used as much because it's like, are we even going to be around?
Maybe that's the thing, like doesn't matter what we make, we won't exist in a couple of years. So,
But yeah, like if you look up their logo, the old one, it just, I would say, I didn't think it was terrible, but it just didn't translate well when you flatten it out to black and white or something like that. Because like on a lot of sites I build, I may need to put like social media icons. So like like Facebook's icon translates well in almost any color. It's just a white F. But like the Slack logo, when you turn that to black and white, it just becomes a hashtag that's tilted, and it, for me, I wouldn't necessarily realize,
Mm.
oh, that's Slack, because what made me realize it was Slack was the colors. It wasn't just the symbol, you know.
Yeah, they do. I mean, and they have multiple variations of that logo too. Like the little icon for it on your computer is like different. It's not that
Well, it's the
hashtag
letter
thing.
S with the
And
colors around it. But like, if you
yeah,
took the colors
I
out of
saw.
it, it would just be an
Yeah,
S and a square, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. I might not realize that's Slack. So I think that's one. I wouldn't say it's a drawback, but that's one weakness of that logo, was like that it was color dependent. Because I think if I saw their logo anywhere without the colors, if it didn't have the word Slack next to it, I might not know what it was.
well, to be fair, their new logo could be anything.
Well, their new logo, I was gonna say their new logo looks like a flower to me,
Yeah, it doesn't look. I don't know. Some people are just like a water fountain or like
or
ducks.
one of those pinwheels that you blow. Yeah, I don't know.
I saw. I mean, I saw something they were saying like, oh, well, you can use it like this in different areas and use it for this, and I was like, yeah, that's true. You can break up the elements. I saw the
Mhm.
idea behind it and some of the concepts the company had put together. They were kind of cool. I mean, it's. I would say it's okay.
It doesn't communicate anything.
I did see where somebody made like a version of the old logo, but they found a way to make it
Hmm.
work. You know, without changing the look of it and the tilt of it. It looks similar, but they found a way to break up the colors, and I wish I could find it, but a way to make it work without having to
Hmm.
change it completely.
Well, so the thing to me
Um,
is like the Slack brand. It doesn't tell me anything. If I saw the old logo or I saw the new logo, I have no idea what this is at all, because it doesn't tell me.
yeah,
And so
no, it
and
doesn't.
so it's like, all right, so why should I even worry about it? Like, the new one doesn't say anything. It is more. It does look more like a flower, so I might come up with some ideas off of that. But the old one didn't tell me anything, so I just have to either I know or I don't.
That's true. I mean, I don't know when they started, or I mean, I guess they may. I mean, they may be at a position now where it doesn't matter. I mean, they don't have to explain what
Right.
they do anymore. I don't
I
know.
think
People
I
that know
heard
know.
at some point. I don't know if it's true, so maybe I should do my research. But I heard like Microsoft was looking to buy them and stuff like that.
N-
But
No, don't do that.
um,
Don't do the
no,
research. I mean.
definitely not. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's interesting, and I think that applies to a lot of things these days. Well, a lot of
I just sent you two examples,
yeah.
by the way.
I saw that second one I saw on the Pentagram site, but I hadn't seen that first one. But what I was gonna say is like
Yeah.
for a lot of things these days, it's just you can name your company whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Your logo can be whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You just brand yourself strongly, and then people will just accept it. Oh, Slack is for this, and that pinwheel flower looking thing, that's their logo, and we just accept it. That's what it is. But it doesn't have to make sense to us,
Yeah. No.
which is fine.
Well, with their logo, I've noticed some people had some interesting ideas of what what the logo means, but I just sent you one. But I don't know. That's not real information. Sorry. Anyway, one thing I would say. I mean, I looked at the company that did
Mhm.
their logo for them. I was looking over some of their stuff and just looking at their stuff they design people for people and stuff, and I had the thought, it's like, wow, we should really get it together.
Yep.
Like, we could be doing what they're doing right now.
Yep.
But yeah, that was my own,
Yeah, that's an interesting
uh,
interpretation of the logo. I think that's the so the person basically said it looked kind of like a swastika, and I could see that.
I don't think any designer has not accidentally designed a swastika. So
I think
that's
anytime
my
you're
theory.
dealing with
You aren't.
that general shape, it's kind of hard not to be like, oh, the swastika wasn't all that bad. Like, it's not a. It's from a design perspective, it wasn't
Just
terrible.
solid. I mean, and to be fair, it's not like they invented it. They did not create
Mm.
that logo, so they didn't invent that symbol that
Mm-hmm.
came from somewhere else. But yeah. I mean, it's been multiple times where I'd be like, oh, how did I do that again? It's like, oh, this is looking pretty good. Oh,
Wait, no, it's
wait,
not.
no.
Well, I think it's like
No.
because I'm sure you've seen those things where they like have like the top 5 most unfortunate logos, where the logos are either like some weird phallic symbol or some other bad thing that you don't want on your logo. So I think this is another because yeah, you can definitely see a way this could, this could be a swastika or something else that's inappropriate that you probably don't want in your logo. So I think it's always a good idea to, like you're saying, like you design something you think it's amazing, and then you show it to somebody like, yo, that's a swastika. So I think it's good to get somebody to look at your stuff
Yeah.
before you just get all hype on it.
And the problem with that is once you see it, you
Yep.
can't unsee it. It's like, nope,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
exactly. I yeah, I've
Which
definitely had some ideas I thought were great, and I was like, crap. Once I saw the problem, I was like, crap. I can never use this. But I thought it was cool, but I can never use it.
yeah.
Yep. So, but okay. So to the good, I do think the logo obviously works in multiple configurations and all that type of stuff. So they solved the major, in terms of the problems that they addressed in the articles, in terms of what the obvious problems with the old Slack logo. I think they addressed them.
Yeah, they addressed them. I mean, it can be argued if they actually
Mm-hmm.
made it better or not, but I think they did
Well, it
address
will
them
translate
in a
on
way that,
most colors, which is a step in the right direction. I think
yeah.
uh, if I saw this on a like in a white format, like just white on a black background or something like that, without the word Slack next to it, I probably wouldn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also think, did that come from a logo designer? Like not a real logo designer, but like one of those logo generator things.
That's my main problem with it, is that it
It doesn't
doesn't
feel designed.
feel unique. Yeah. It feels like shapes are put together, and that's no offense to Kevin who designed the logo, but
I don't know, no Kevin.
um, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't feel like he did any like real.
Yeah.
It looks like shapes. I mean, and a lot of times, we I'm sure we both learned this. You make a logo, then use a font. Like, honestly, you should modify the font so that it is unique. You should find a way to not, that this isn't so easy to recreate.
Yeah, I mean, well, I know, like, I've looked at, like, some of those stock logo sites and stuff like that, and you will see things that are similar to this, where it's just like a geometric
Yeah.
shape, words next to it.
Yeah.
Give me $75
Yeah.
for this. Or, like, if you use, like, that Wix
Yeah.
logo generator or something like that. I'm not saying it'll come out. It may not be as good, but I do feel like I've seen something similar to this. Maybe not with, like, the little raindrop parts, but I've definitely seen, like, the pinwheel joint with different colors, or some variation of that.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, oh, I picked some shapes and put them together, kind of, I mean, and to be fair, like Microsoft logo,
Yeah, Microsoft's logo is very simple.
it's very simple, but also it's Windows, so it's like, I get
Yeah.
it. It's like, okay, do you? I get it.
Well,
I
they
get it.
kind of
I'll
pushed a
allow
lot
it.
of people into that material design look where everything is just kind of flat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like a big fan of their logo, but it's not terrible. Yeah,
Oh,
like
Microsoft?
the 4 squares.
No, it doesn't bother me at all, honestly, because
Yeah,
I mean, it's Windows. I mean, and it looks like a window. I mean, it's just simplified
it's
version.
better
It
than
doesn't
like when they
bother
had
me.
the old logo with like their older Windows logos.
The swirling, flying
Yeah, their
window.
logos weren't so
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I mean, there's probably a way they could have made it better, but either way.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on their logo. I think it's better than it was, but I don't think it's recognizable to me. Like Windows logo, the slanted window. If I see that somewhere, I know exactly what it is. But this thing, if I don't have the text next to it, I'm like, what is that? But I think
Yeah.
part of that may just be because they don't have that strong brand recognition at all, or definitely not with that logo yet. Maybe if I see it a lot, then they'll start to be a thing. But right now, I'm like, okay, geometric shape. Not sure what this is. Let me click and find out. Mm-hmm.
So I have a question. Has the Instagram logo grown on you
No,
yet?
but I mean, it translates. It works.
Yeah, I feel like it has. I can't say I like it, but it's like it's like I've made my peace with it. It is what it is. It's not like I could do anything about
But I
it
think,
anyway. But it's like, all right.
yeah. Well, I think that's the other thing, like that, like with Windows and stuff like that. Some of these major companies, they're just so
Yeah.
big that it doesn't matter. They can have a bad logo and they'll just force it on you, and eventually you're just gonna accept. Okay, that's your
Yeah.
logo, and you're not gonna not use their
Yeah,
products
yeah.
just because their logo
I mean,
is
that's
terrible.
absolutely. I mean, I'll use their product to complain about their logo, but
Yeah, because the Windows logo, not. I don't have any better ideas.
Yeah.
Let me start with that. Secondly, it's not amazing, but
absolutely.
what are you gonna do about it?
I mean,
Absolutely
when they
nothing.
did theirs, I did.
Same with Slack. Like I have to use it at work, and I didn't realize their logo changed because I was using the application at work, and then I noticed some people's like avatars look different, and I was like, oh, wait, the whole UI is different because it was just a minor change where they introduced the new logo. I didn't really notice it that much. I just went about my work, and then then you sent me the article, and I was like, oh, they changed their logo. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think at some point when your brand is big enough, you don't have to have a good logo anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Back to the like we were talking about with the presidential candidates. Look who won.
well, I mean, I think we are the only people that were going to vote solely on logo design, but
True.
to each their own. You know.
True.
I still think it says a lot about you. But yeah, I don't know.
So, it's almost the end of January. Have you
How have you failed on your
my New Year's resolution? I don't have any, so I haven't failed yet.
Oh, where's that gif of that guy tapping his head? No, I'm kind of doing all right. There are things that, I mean, one thing I was saying was like, all right, we're going to paint 30 minutes every day. That hasn't really happened. But as far as like painting, finishing a painting, at least one painting a month, I think I'm on track to do that.
No, it's only January.
I'm well on my way. Well, I mean, I started a new painting. I don't know exactly when I started, but not at the beginning of the month, but I did start one, and I do think I can finish it. If I finish it this week, it'll be before the end of the month, and I can do that. So, I mean, that'll be, that's a plus. I mean, other things, it was, having working on my morning routine. I've kind of done that a little bit this year. I had big plans and then things got a little weird, but we talked about in the last one, but it's, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm on top of a lot of things. I mean, I've been working on ways of doing lists and planning. I mean, we did some a little further out planning, put some things on the calendar for the summer, things like that. So, I mean, I'm doing all right. I mean, I don't know. I'm still keeping up with the fitness schedule thing I did. I gotta do a, update of, review of where I have progressed next week. But, cause once a month I'm going to change it up or, increase some things or, just take a snapshot of where I am. So, but, I don't know. Honestly, I'm doing pretty good on it.
Yeah, I didn't make any new New Year's resolutions, but I've been trying to continue on stuff that I was doing last year, and so far it's been okay. But I mean, just like anything, over time you can fall off and get distracted or other things come up. But I know we definitely talked about like trying to finish up things, and so when last time you came up here, I was like, yeah, we were trying to finish up a room in my basement, and I remember telling you about it. And I remember last year this time I was trying to get someone in here to take care of it, like to do drywall and stuff like that. But we finally got carpet down in our basement, and so now we're working on doing some painting and fixing some drywall issues. So yeah, so I'm trying to get that stuff done since I said I was going to do it. The challenge is, I think, it's just like when you have so many other things going on in terms of work and side projects and side hustles and kids and all that other stuff, it's easy to just like come home and be like, I'm tired, I just want to go to sleep, or I just want to sit here and watch Netflix or whatever for a while. So it's just been I don't know. I think I need to make sure I stay motivated and continue on, because I'm trying to like, I'm supposed to be going out of town next weekend, so I'm trying to work on like the certain things I've set a goal to say I want to finish this before I leave. So we'll see what happens. But I think the important thing is like being accountable, and like if you have those, like we talked about, like times when you go back and evaluate, or someone you can talk to who can say, well, but you said you were going to do this. I think that's helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I think with anything, especially, find someone to help you be accountable, because they can push you when you need your pushing, and you can push them when they need pushing.
Push it real good.
Like a baby.
So
anyway, on that note,
the thing that happened to me, the other thing I remember mentioning was like trying to stay on top of things in terms of tasks for customers and invoicing people on time and stuff like that. And I've already failed at that. Just somebody that I emailed them January 11th, and so and I told in my email to them, I said, I'll send you the invoice this weekend. It is now January 27th, and I just sent them the invoice with a little, sorry for the delay. So I need to do better with that, because it's like, I don't know why I do it, because it doesn't even make sense. I'm like just leaving money sitting around. So I had said, I think I planned to do it last weekend, but something came up and I got distracted. But I took care of it, and so I did the right thing finally.
That reminds me, that's one thing I said I was going to do, was actually try to drum up some, work once a month, and I haven't done that. I have somebody that had reached out at some point, and I need to hit them with the "Hey, big head" email.
That's what you want to send.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just need to make sure I'm making an effort, and that's one thing that's really important. To make sure I'm making an effort to, get things popping again. Because I mean, for a little while there, not for a little while, for a while there, I had some consistent, returning people, and I kind of let it die. So I need to work on that. So
yeah, that's definitely something that it's easy to let it go when you have other streams of income, but I'm trying to stay on top of it and at least follow up with these people, because some of them actually need stuff and they're willing to pay, and they're kind of just waiting on me, and I'm like, all right, let me follow up.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe somebody might decide to shut down your job for a while.
Yeah, so when the shutdown started, I wasn't impacted because of the nature of where I work, but I thought about it, like, what would I have done if I hadn't gotten paid for basically a month? And the way my bank account works, unfortunately, because of like not following up with people all the time, and because I haven't like been trying to drum up new business as much as I have in the past, I wouldn't have been on the street or nothing like that, but I would have had to, as soon as the shutdown started, I would have had to immediately go out and start drumming up trying to get business, which is like kind of the hardest time to do it, because everyone's like, I don't have a job anymore. Some of my customers would be in this situation.
Yeah, especially where you live.
So, it might have been more difficult. So it's like, I need to be consistent with this, whether the government shutdown or not. Like, you got to do what you need to be doing when the sun is out, so that when it rains, you're good. So, yeah.
Mama need a house, baby need some shoes.
What you gonna do? Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Yeah.
I haven't heard. I thought he was coming out with some new music at some point, but I haven't heard any of his music recently.
He Last album I heard from him release, I thought it was gonna be a good like gym workout album because he's always in the
But it
gym,
wasn't.
but it wasn't.
Okay.
So I had tweeted about it and everything, like, all right, bet I'm going to the gym, and I was like, oh well, I mean some songs, but not other ones. It's just like, oh, but
Yep.
oh well.
All right. Well, that's it for our podcast for this week. We'll be back at some point in time soon. So the plan is to be more consistent. That's been the plan for a long time, but it just hasn't happened.
Start doing something new this year. Being
I'm
consistent.
gonna start doing something new next month, beginning of February.
Not procrastinating.
But we'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely follow us on Instagram at Alienmuffin. I plan to post something on there later today because I went to an interesting art museum and I was going to post a picture from there. So go check us out on Instagram.
Oh, I tried to go to an interesting art museum, but you had to get in line at like 4 or 5 a.m. in order to get a ticket, to stand in line to get a ticket when the tickets go on sale at 9, so I didn't
What?
do that.
You're trying to cop some Jordans?
I might as well, man. Yeah. No, it's like the thing they have, like the show they have down here, but yeah, it's like crazy. And it's like, it was cold.
Nah,
I'm not doing that.
I'm sure someone took pictures.
Once again, I missed out on a once in a lifetime experience. Oh well. Well, and maybe not once in a lifetime, but I don't know. It would have been cool to see it. And oh well. Yeah. You watched Trigger Warning yet?
No, that's. I have a lot of stuff on my list. Yeah,
Killer Mike thing.
I got a lot of stuff on my list to watch. I just haven't.
You should watch that. It's interesting. There's some interesting branding stuff in there. So,
All right.
we'll
In
talk
a
about
future
that.
episode that will come out on time.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.